Alright, let's dive into something that's been making waves in the tech and defense sectors lately. Here's a question for you. What happens when you combine cutting-edge satellite technology with AI, and then throw in a 150% surge in international demand? You get BlackSky's latest success story, and it's a big deal. But here's the thing, this isn't just about numbers. It's about a shift in how governments are thinking about national security, and personally, I think it's a game changer. So, BlackSky's international revenue from space-based intelligence and AI subscriptions skyrocketed in the second quarter of 2026. What makes this really interesting is the why behind it. Governments are increasingly relying on their Gen-3 satellite imagery for tactical and national security missions. In my opinion, this isn't just a trend, it's a reflection of how critical real-time, high-resolution intelligence has become in today's world. What many people don't realize is that this technology isn't just about taking pretty pictures from space. It's about delivering actionable insights fast, and that's where BlackSky's AI-powered Spectra platform comes in. Now, let's talk about the scale of this. International contracts now make up over 80% of BlackSky's total funded backlog. If you take a step back and think about it, this means the company has a clear line of sight into its future revenue, which is huge for stability and growth. But what really stands out to me is the CEO Brian O'Toole's comment that sovereign space capabilities are no longer optional, they're essential. This raises a deeper question. Are we entering an era where every nation needs its own space-based intelligence system? And if so, what does that mean for global security? One detail I find fascinating is the resolution of BlackSky's Gen-3 satellites, 35 centimeters. That's incredibly precise, and when you combine it with frequent revisits and low-latency delivery, you've got a tool that's perfect for tactical missions. But here's where it gets even more intriguing. BlackSky processes this data in real time, cutting out hours of ground-based processing. From my perspective, this isn't just about speed, it's about making decisions when it matters most. Imagine being able to act on intelligence within minutes instead of hours. That's a game changer. Now, let's talk money. BlackSky's revenue hit a record $24.5 million in the quarter, and they've reached a $100 million annual revenue run rate. But what this really suggests is that their subscription model is working, and working well. O'Toole emphasized that this is recurring revenue, not one-off deals. Personally, I think this is a smart move. It provides a stable foundation for growth, and it aligns perfectly with the long-term nature of government contracts. What's also noteworthy is the transition from pilot programs to full-scale subscriptions. Customers are testing the waters with small pilots and then signing 7- and 8-figure contracts. This tells me two things. First, the technology is delivering on its promises. Second, governments are willing to invest big once they see the value. But here's a thought, what happens when more players enter this space? Will BlackSky be able to maintain its edge? Looking ahead, BlackSky plans to have 8 Gen-3 satellites in orbit by the end of 2026, with a long-term goal of 12 to 15 satellites providing hourly revisit services. This is where it gets really exciting. More satellites mean better coverage, faster delivery, and the ability to serve more missions simultaneously. But it also means more competition for resources, both in space and on the ground. In my opinion, this is where BlackSky's push into sovereign satellite systems could give them a leg up. By offering governments dedicated spacecraft alongside access to their commercial constellation, they're providing a unique value proposition. Here's the bigger picture. BlackSky isn't just selling satellite imagery, they're selling certainty. Governments can test their technology before committing to their own systems, which reduces risk and uncertainty. What makes this really interesting is that it's not just about the tech, it's about trust. And in the world of national security, trust is everything. So, where does this leave us? BlackSky's surge in international subscriptions is more than just a financial win, it's a sign of a broader shift in how nations approach defense. Personally, I think we're only scratching the surface of what's possible with space-based intelligence. But it also raises questions. What are the ethical implications of this technology? How will it impact global power dynamics? And most importantly, are we ready for a world where every nation has eyes in the sky? Those are questions I'll leave with you. Let me know what you think in the comments below.